Every time I think I'm out, they suck me right back in with more news about this god awful travesty. Let's talk about it.
Whoa!
Interesting piece of news. Now the Dragon Age is going to come out in about 10 days. Mounting evidence points to poor sales. Yeah, because they've got less than 2,000 pre orders. And BioWare is partnering with NVIDIA to give it away for free in one of their streaming bundles. This just takes the cake. This takes the absolute cake. Announced it partnered with BioWare and EA to give Dragon Age away for free with purchase of GeForce Now Ultimate Bundle. As evidence grows, the game is not selling well. Well, why is it not selling well? Could it perhaps be your marketing? Could it be perhaps be the art direction? Funny, want to say something about the art direction. Because you know that David Gator guy, the one that was calling people incels and like a bunch of tools and everything like that, even he is admitting that the art style leaves him cold. He bashed us. He bashed the people who actually played the game. Now, granted, he has been gone for about 8 years, but come on, look at that. It leaves you cold. Yeah, there's absolutely nothing creative about this. This literally looks like a post-op woman. But even he is taking the side of gamers now that it's closer to release. And he goes through quite a bunch of stuff on Twitter where he's just kind of like reminiscing back to Dragon Age Inquisition, trying to like hedge his bets a little bit, trying to say stuff where like, well, I remember we had people complain about that. Guess what? You're a content creator. People are going to complain about your stuff. People are going to complain just for the sake of it, just to troll you because it's funny sometimes. You have to get over that stuff. You can't let these things stick in your head. You have to stay true to your vision. And your vision back then, when you still worked with the company, made it successful games. Game of the year, both Origins and Inquisition. You had good games. Everyone was excited for this until everything started coming out about it. And you attacked the fans. You pulled a full on Ryan Johnson with The Last Jedi. You started calling them whiny man babies, incels. What do they call them? Chodes at one point? Or chuds? Something like that. Well, when you're starting to do all this stuff and then the pre-sales come out. Now, granted, he's not going to see a cent from any of this because he hasn't worked for the company for a while. However, from the way that he talks, some of his ideas started out the Veilguard, but it's all been changed. I think he says at one point that like it was his baby, but now it's grown up and he has to leave the nest somewhere around there. But even he is pointing out that like there's a lot of stuff I wouldn't have done that wouldn't have passed my bar. Welcome to the club, buddy. Welcome to the fucking club. We've been saying this from the get-go. Every little news snippet that comes out, we have been calling foul. Now, how many times can you hit a foul ball in T-ball before you're out? I actually don't know the answer to that question because I started out with machine pitch. So I never played T-ball, but I know they have different rules and there's something gay about it. Now, going back to the original article, we got Stuttering Craig. If you haven't watched Side Scrollers podcast, it is a great show. I've met Stuttering Craig in real life. Dude is a stand-up guy with like weirdly blue eyes. One of those things, he's probably an alien, also with his height. But he revealed information, and he's been talking about his retail insider for a long time. Now, he said they've only received a total of 1,957 pre-orders between both consoles. Now, this isn't going to include Steam or anything like that, but he wrote on X between both the gold and standard editions. So even hyping up pre-orders with gold and then just the regular base game in their 800 plus stores. I wonder what store that is. They have just under 2,000 pre-orders. And then it goes on to say that the retail insider who manages over 900 stores also shared with the writer of this article that these numbers are 3 times less than what Dragon Ball Sparkling Zero did in the lead up to its release earlier this month. Now, I haven't heard many people reviewing Sparking Zero. However, the way that this is set up almost seems like it's not really a great game. And even that is doing 3 times the pre-sales that Dragon Age the Veilguard is getting. Well, you get what you fucking deserve when you put the fans down, when you're constantly calling everyone names, the people who are supposed to be buying your product. When you're doing that nonstop, and every little press release, every little news and media release you do is just something that the fans don't want. It looks absolutely terrible. You're taking out core gameplay from everything that people loved. You need the core members in there to buy your game. That way they can circulate with word of mouth. I don't think anybody actually wants to play this game. They'll do it for the lulz. They'll do it just because they can say they've been the first, much like the 9 people who played Concord in its entire run. That's what's happening with this. You get what you fucking deserve, BioWare. Rot in hell. Thank you. This is Maldi. I'm actually not as mad as I seem, but I am kind of getting irritated because, but it's good to see the chickens come home to roost. It really is. We will see you on Off the Hip with Alec Baldwin's Finger tonight, actually here in like 2 hours. Y'all take care.